So we have started the chapter gravitation. Now topic is about the gravitational potential energy. What do you mean by simply the potential energy? The energy stored in an object because of its position or state is called potential energy. This energy is relative and increases as we go to greater height from the surface of the earth. The potential energy at an height is mgh and on the ground it is 0. Why? Because it depends upon this height. As you go above the surface of the earth, it will obviously increase, and on the ground it will be 0. Okay, for this smaller distance at an height, the potential energy is less than 0, that is, it is negative. Now this formula is given. An object at an height h from the surface of the earth, its potential energy is minus gmm upon r plus h. This is gravitational potential energy, which is a gravitational constant. M is the mass of the earth and small m is the mass of the object. R is the radius and h is the height. Okay, so this is the about the gravitation potential energy. So now we are going to study about the escape velocity. According to Newton's third equation of motion, v square equals to u square plus 2as. See, earlier only I have discussed about this ball. If it is thrown vertically upward, it will go up depending upon how much initial velocity you are providing. So v is the final velocity of the ball, that is 0, because it will reach at an height, and acceleration is minus g. This we have discussed when we were discussing about the acceleration due to gravity. If you are throwing a ball vertically upward, it is against the gravitational force, so g will be negative. If the ball is falling downward direction and even the gravitational force is also pulling it in the downward direction, so then as a will be g. So you have to keep in mind which problem you have asked, that the ball is thrown upward or it is coming downward. In that sense, you will change this a as g or it will be minus g. So here you will substitute the values 0 u square plus 2 minus gs. So the maximum height of the ball equals to s, which is minus u square upon 2g. So in this, if you have thrown ball in the upward, but if you thrown ball at a with an infinite velocity v, what will happen? It will have the chance to escape the gravitational pull which is pulling it in the downward direction, that is the gravitational force. This is the concept of escape energy. What is that? When a body is thrown vertically upward from the surface of the earth, the minimum initial velocity of the body for which it is able to overcome the downward pull by the earth and can escape the earth forever is called escape velocity. The minimum initial velocity required to escape from the earth's gravitational force. This is shortly you can say, which means the minimum initial velocity you must require so that this ball will escape from the earth's gravitational force. This is in simply way you can tell about the escape velocity. See, we were telling about the escape velocity, okay? Whenever we are throwing a ball in the upward direction, there is a pull, which is a gravitational pull, which is pulling the ball in the downward direction. It is happening, and the velocity of the ball is also decreasing, but the escape velocity is the minimum initial velocity required to escape from the Earth's gravitational force, is called as the escape velocity. So here we are considering for an object of mass m, you know that total energy is given as kinetic energy plus potential energy. Here what will be the total energy on the surface of the Earth and at an infinite distance from the Earth. So for the surface of Earth, kinetic energy is half m v escape square. Potential energy is minus g m upon r, which we have studied. So the total energy is kinetic energy plus potential energy, just add. Here we have taken v as v escape because we will going to derive about the formula for the escape velocity. Here at an infinite distance, the kinetic energy would be 0. Potential energy is minus gmm at an height h, which is taken as infinite because we are taking at an infinite distance. So it is infinity. So it is also 0. So total energy is kinetic energy plus potential energy, which is 0. So here from the principle of conservation of energy, you have studied in the earlier standard, the total energy is conserved. So E1 is equals to E2. Substituting this values, half mv escape square minus gmm upon r equals to 0 because E2 is 0. Okay. Now taking this full term on the other side, this mass will get cancelled out. So v escape square, this 2 we will take on the other side. What it will remain? V escape square equals to 2gm upon r. So taking square root, v escape equals to root of 2gm upon r, where g is a gravitational constant, m is the mass of the and r is the radius of the Earth. This is one formula that you have to know, and the other is, see, we have derived this, g is equals to gm upon r square, right? So we will substitute this g by taking this r square in here and m downward, and this g we will substitute in this. So we get 2g r square m upon rm, where this get cancelled out, r1 r get cancelled out. So v escape will remain root of 2g r, where g is the acceleration due to gravity and r is the radius of the Earth. So according to the numerical problem, you have to think if you have given mass or g or this gravitational g. So accordingly you have to use the formula. So here it is one calculation which is shown, v escape for the Earth, where we have substituting this g 9.8 meter per second square, r radius is 6.4 into 10 to the power 6, so which comes up to 11.2 kilometer per second. Means if you want to escape from the Earth's gravitational force, the escape velocity is given as 11.2 kilometer per second. So this is used in the satellites so that they are used in orbit. The energy, so that the gravitational force will not pull it in the downward direction, and it can escape the gravitational force and it can rotate around the Earth. So it all depends upon this one escape velocity, and there is the one critical velocity which is not there, but just I have introduced the critical velocity. Now here is one numerical problem. This was the escape velocity of the earth, which is 11.2 km per second you have required to escape from the earth gravitational force. Now your problem, calculate the escape velocity on the surface of the moon, given that the mass and the radius of the moon to be 7.34 into 10 to the power 22 kg and 1.74 into 10 to the power 6 meter respectively. So given is g, which is gravitational constant, which is universal constant, that is 6.67 into 10 to the power 11 Newton meter square per kg square. Mass of the moon is m, which is 7.34 into 10 to the power 22 kg. Radius of the moon, which is r, 1.74 into 10 to the power 6 meter. So we have told to find V escape. So the formula for V escape is root of 2g mm upon r, because here we know the gravitational constant, mass they have given and radius they have given. So substituting this in the equation, 2 into 6.67 into 10 to the power minus 11 into 10 to the power 22 divided by 1.74. So it comes up to this. Multiplying all these terms, we get 97.9156 divided by 1.74. So these terms, how I have calculated, this is 10 to the power 6, you will take up 10 to the power minus 6. So 22 minus this level minus this 6 will give you 10 to the power 5. Okay, but here 10 to the power 5, it is in the root. If you have to take out this term out of the root, then you have to take it as even numbers. So I have shifted this digit that side so that it will get 10 to the power 6. So 9.79156 divided by 1.74, that 10 to the power 6 I have removed from this root, so it become 10 to the power 3. Okay, now dividing this, you get 5.62 into 10 to the power 3. See, square root of 4 is 2, you know that. So this is 5, so it will come around 2 only. So you can calculate in that way. It is 2.37 kilometer per second. This 10 to the power 3, you can write it down as kilo. So this is the escape velocity for moon, which is 2.37 km per second, which is very much less than that of the earth. Earth, it is 11.2 km per second. Because moon does not have that much gravitational force stronger, so that it will pull it in its downward direction. So it is this. You can one more think about why the space, in the space you feel weightlessness. Okay, here some are the numericals we will see. A ball falls off of a table and reaches the ground in 1 second, means time is given. Assuming g is 10 meter per second, and calculate its speed on reaching the ground and the height of the table. So given is time, which is 1 second, g, which is 10 meter per second square. Initial velocity is 0 because it is falling down. We are not providing any initial velocity, so it is 0. To find distance, that is the height, and v, formula is given as s equals to ut plus half gt square, and second is v equals to u plus at, where v is the final velocity. So solution, s equals to ut plus half gt square, which is equals to half gt square. When you put initial velocity, u equals to 0. So substituting the value, this term will get 0, and here half gt square. Substituting the value of g as 10 and time taken is 1 square will be 1, that is 5 meter. Second is to find out the final velocity, where v equals to u plus at, which is equals to u plus g, because a will get replaced by g. So initial velocity is 0, 10 into 1, which will become 10 meter per second. Okay, this was for a free fall object. This is a second example. The mass of the earth and the moon are given 6.6 into 10 to the power 24 kg and 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 kg respectively. The distance between them is 3.84 into 10 to the power 5 kilometer. Calculate the gravitational force of attraction from the attraction between the two, where G is 6.7 into 10 to the power minus 11 Newton meter square per kg square. So given is mass, which is 6 into 10 to the power 24 kg, mass M2 7.4 into 10 to the power 22 kg, where radius is 3.84 into 10 to the power 8 meter. You have to find out the force. Formula F equals to Gm m upon r square. Substituting the values, you get this. In this you have to multiply all this, and here you get the term. This you will do squaring. This terms raised to the power 10 to the power 22 plus 10 to the power 24 you will do, and minus level, which comes up to the 10 to the power 35, and this 10 to the power 8 squaring, which will become 10 to the power 16. So here this multiplication you get this 297.48 divided by squaring this terms you get 14.74 into 10 to the power 19, which means this 16 will go up, so it will become 35 minus 16, which will remain up to 19. So dividing this term you get 20.18 into 10 to the power 19. So it is 2.018 into 10 to the power 20 Newton. Because this digit I have shifted here, so this 19 will become 20. So force is 2.018 into 10 to the power 20 Newton, which is acting between the earth and the moon. Understood? This is a very, division is very difficult, but you just try it out, this kind of example where the division is very much higher and longer. You have to just think, and you have to do more calculation for that. Okay, so these are the two more examples that we have solved today. See, we have finished with the gravitation chapter, and in this chapter first we have started with gravitation. What do you mean by gravitation? The motion which is pulling an object towards itself at the center is called as the gravitation. That's why here you can see the apple which is there on the tree, which is falling down at the center of the earth. This was discovered by the Newton about the gravitation. Second, what do you mean by circular motion and the centripetal force? So here is the diagram where you can see this, which is acting at the center, that is called as the centripetal force towards the center. And what is the circular motion? The motion along the circumference of the circle is the circular motion. And here you can see that the velocities are going in tangential direction. Everywhere here you can see it will be in the tangential direction. After this, you have seen the Kepler's first law, second law and the third law, which are very important for the planetary motion, and these laws are very important. So study well all the three laws of Kepler's. After that, we have seen the Newton's universal law of gravitation, where you have seen this formula, and in that when two objects are attracting a force, that you can calculate using this formula. And this G is gravitational constant, m1 and m2 are the two masses, and d square is this the distance between them. After this, you have solved some small derivation which shows about the Newton's inverse square law, this force which is inversely proportional to this r square. After this, you have studied about the Earth's gravitational acceleration, where you have derived this g and its value, which is 9.77 meter per second square, and even you have seen the variation in the value of g, where it changes from the surface of the Earth, change with its height, as well as it changes with its depth. That you can say that the value of g is not same everywhere, it is changing at its surface, because the surface of the Earth is not spherical. Even at the height it will change, even at the depth the value of g will change. Then you have studied about this mass and the weight. Here is the formula for weight, which is F equals to mg, where m is the mass and g is the gravitation, acceleration due to gravity. This is also very important, the distinguish between the mass and the weight. After this, you have studied about the free fall, where you have studied that free fall means the initial velocity you will take it as 0 and acceleration will be given as g. So you get these formulas where you can see and you can use it in solving the numerical problems. After free fall, you have studied about the gravitational potential, where here is the formula for the gravitational potential energy, and even you have studied about the escape velocity. What is escape velocity? Is minimum initial velocity required to escape from the Earth's gravitational force. That is meaning of escape velocity. And these are some small derivation kind that you have solved to find out the formula for this escape velocity. See, here you can see this is the formula for escape. This is the formula for escape velocity, and even the value is level 0.2 kilometer per second, which means that this much velocity you will require if you want to escape from the Earth's gravitational force. Even we have solved some numericals. The numericals are little bit tough, because here it is a square root and even the powers are there, so you have to solve it very properly and very wisely. Even we have solved the problem based on this free fall here, which is easy and you can do that. Even we have solved the problems based on such things: gravitation, acceleration due to gravity, this, and the problem based on this gravitational force. Here you have to need to do more calculation, because it is little bit difficult, the calculation is very big, so division becomes very big, so you have to do practice for such numericals. So we have completed with the chapter gravitation.